The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
September 20th is Federal Election Day, and Canadian residents have the responsibility to choose the candidates who will best serve our country. All eligible voters may vote for the Member of Parliament who will represent the riding in which they live. Saskatchewan has 14 federal ridings. To find out which riding you live in or to check if you're registered to vote, call 1-800-463-6868 or visit www.elections.ca. As a public service to the communities in the 11 ridings we serve, Access Communications has invited the officially declared federal candidates to present a campaign message for airing exclusively on Access Now TV. The views and opinions expressed in the following campaign messages are those of the candidates. Cypress Hills Grasslands is located on the southwest corner of Saskatchewan. Access Now communities which are located in this riding are Eston, Gravelbourg, Gull Lake, Kindersley, Leader, Maple Creek, and Shaunavon. Voters in Cypress Hills Grasslands are eligible to elect one of the following candidates. Mackenzie Hurd, representing the Liberal Party. Charles Hislop, representing the People's Party. Independent candidate Maria Lewins. Alex McPhee, representing the New Democratic Party. Incumbent Jeremy Patzer, representing the Conservative Party. Mark Skagen, representing the Maverick Party. Or Carol Van Dale, representing the Green Party. Here are the candidates who are able to present their campaign message.
Hello, my fellow Canadians. Charles Hislop here, and I'm running for the PPC in Cypress Hills Grasslands. It is time for Western Canada to make a stand, to stand up for our rights, to protect our sovereignty. The PPC is going to back out of the UN Accords that are stealing our sovereignty from underneath us. We need to lower our refugees that are coming into this nation and protect our nation by being the ones who can choose which refugees come into this nation. We need to stop the COVID lockdowns that are causing an increase in domestic violence, suicides, drug overdose. We need to lower our taxes and cut out that carbon tax, which hurts every Canadian and does nothing for the environment. We need to cancel this CERB, and we need to protect our provincial and federal jurisdictions and have each government take responsibility for their own jurisdiction. We need to fix these equalization payments so that way the have-not provinces are working towards becoming have provinces. They need to use those resources that we are giving them to develop their natural resources and their industries so they will no longer have to collect the equalization payments. We need to take care of our veterans and our First Nations people. All governments have been letting both of these people down for decades. And if you want change, because we need change, vote for the PPC, because we're the party for you.
My name's Maria Rose Lewin, Prime Minister of Cypress Hills Grasslands. For too long, we have been slaves to a way of life that just isn't working. It's ironic that the quest for individualism has broken the individual, and we've allowed our families and communities to be broken apart. And for what? To cater to greed and consumption, allowing the rich to get richer, the land to be raped, and our water polluted. Everyone trying to hide the broken pieces of their lives. The institutionalization of life was the end of life. So this election, I'm asking you to dream. Dream big and dream beautiful, because life can be anything we want. It's time we empower ourselves, stop playing the victim, and dare to dream of a better way. The reign of money as king needs to end. When you really care about each other, money doesn't matter. We need to relearn what it means to live as a community and band together to prepare for the changing climate. We need to clean up and protect our water. We're going to stop trying to feed the world and establish local perennial food systems. Meanwhile, we will keep grain in the bin for food security in case of prolonged drought or other disasters. Wetlands are to be restored. Office jobs are gone. We will learn the skills to live in harmony with nature as we learn the skills to heal from the generations of pain. We need to swallow our pride and bury our egos as we work together to build a better tomorrow. You can dream of freedom. You can write songs and listen to music about freedom. Maybe it's time we had the option to vote for freedom. We don't need politicians. We need a general. Let me be your general. And together we will dare to dream. And we will dare to act on those dreams. Let's make life beautiful for everyone. Eden is at our fingertips. Don't let it slip away. The time has come for true emancipation.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Patzer, candidate for the Conservative Party of Canada in Cypress Hills Grasslands. It has been an honor and a privilege over the past 2 years to serve as your representative in Ottawa for the Southwest. I've been able to stand up in the House of Commons over 150 times to be able to advocate for the things that you care about, the things that you have written to my office about. Things such as how Ottawa treats Western Canada, how Ottawa views rural Canada, and how can we make the equalization system of our country fair. I've been able to talk about broadband access and the impact that it's having on rural Canadians, but also on our farmers as we have seen the industry evolve over the last number of years. So what are the Conservatives going to be able to do for you when we form government? Well, first of all, we are focused on securing the future. We are focused on securing jobs, securing the economy, and also securing the mental health of Canadians as we come out of COVID-19 and beyond. There are some very key points to our platform, things such as making sure that we have a 6% increase in health transfers from the federal government down to the provinces, and we'll let the provinces decide what to do with that money. But having that stable funding in place is going to be hugely important as we go forward. We're going to make sure that we prioritize rural communities and make sure that we're investing in key infrastructure projects to make sure that rural Canada has the support that it needs going forward. We're going to work with the premiers and make sure that we have an equalization system that is fair to the provinces and is responsive to the needs of Canada, but make sure that we get a better deal for Saskatchewan and for Western Canada. We're going to make sure that we work with agricultural groups and agricultural partners to make sure we have the robust programs that you have been asking for within the business risk management suite of programs that exist in Canada. We'll be more responsive when we have bad conditions like we had this year with the drought all across Canada. We're going to make sure that we secure our future with energy projects. We're going to make sure that the Trans Mountain project is completed, but we'll also advocate for and be willing to support new pipeline projects going forward to secure the future of Canadians. Folks, there are two parties in Canada that can form government. There's Justin Trudeau's Liberals and there's the Conservative Party. We need to make sure that we get a new government, that we have a Conservative government led by Erin O'Toole so that we can get Canada back on track and secure our future.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to have a listen to a couple of things that I have to say. You know, here we are in the midst of yet another election. We've seen many of them, and we've seen the results so many times that a lot of us we gave up. Us folks in the West are getting to the point where they count the votes. By the time it hits Manitoba, they've decided who the government's going to be. But this time, folks have a chance to actually be heard. The folks out West can have their voices heard all the way down east. Central Canada will pay attention this election because they'll say something's going on in the West. And that something is the people. The good people of this Southwest Saskatchewan district are going to stand up and speak. And they're going to say, we've had enough. We want to be treated fairly. We don't want to play 5-on-3 hockey anymore. We want a fair shake. And it's time for us to do that. Unfortunately, this time of year or this time of election, all the legacy candidates will come around and they'll tell you that they really think they can be a strong voice for the West. And in reality, they can't. They have to vote the party line. Mavericks don't have to. And what is the party line? Well, in a nutshell, it's let's please the people in central and eastern Canada, because that's where all the votes are. We won't play that game. We can be unapologetically, unmitigated voices for the West. Someone asked me the other day how many folks I have to please down east. Well, none. 0. It's not necessary. We will vote only for those things that are in favor of the West. We will say yes. If they're not, I'm afraid we'll say no. We would love to have the balance of power in this election. Wouldn't it be nice for the West to finally hold the balance of power? Vote Maverick. Give us a shot. Lend us your vote. You'll see what'll happen. Thank you very much.
Election Day is Monday, September 20th. Most eligible voters are already registered in the National Register of Electors. All registered voters will receive a voter information card. It will tell you where and when to vote. To check if you are registered, use the online voter registration service on the Elections Canada website. If you are unable to vote on Election Day, advance polls will be held on September 10th through the 13th. Your voter information card tells you the address of your advance polling place. If you find it more convenient, you can apply to vote at one of 500 Elections Canada offices or vote by mail before Tuesday, September 14th at 6 p.m. For more information, call 1-800-463-6868 or visit www.elections.ca.